It was supposed to be just another Friday night. Sarah, a young single mom juggling 2 jobs, stopped by the small cafe after finishing her late shift. She wasn't there to eat, she couldn't afford the luxury. She was simply picking up a discounted sandwich for her daughter, Emma, before heading home. But then she noticed him. At the corner table sat a sharply dressed man, his posture tense, his eyes darting toward the door as though willing someone to appear. A half-empty glass of wine sat in front of him. Opposite him, a woman with perfect makeup and designer heels scrolled endlessly on her phone, rolling her eyes at every word he spoke. "Are you seriously the CEO of something? Or are you just another guy pretending on blind dates?" The woman sneered loud enough for Sarah to hear. The man shifted uncomfortably. I don't usually talk about my work on dates." The woman scoffed, stood up, and without another word, stormed out, leaving him alone with stares from strangers piercing into his back. Sarah felt her heart tug. She didn't know this man, but she knew the weight of humiliation. She knew what it was like to be judged unfairly. And so, without overthinking, she walked over. "Hi," she said softly, pretending to know him. "Sorry I'm late. Did I miss much?" The man blinked, stunned. But then relief washed across his face like sunlight breaking through clouds. "No," he whispered, playing alone. "You're right on time." They both laughed gently, a fragile moment of kindness shared between strangers. As they talked, Sarah learned his name was James. He was polite, even a little shy, nothing like the arrogant men she often overheard in the cafe. He asked about her, not in a superficial way, but as if her answers mattered. And though Sarah never revealed the depth of her struggles. Working double shifts, counting every dollar, worrying about Emma's future, James could sense something in her. A quiet resilience. A strength built from surviving storms. For the first time in years, James wasn't a CEO, wasn't a wealthy man burdened by fake friendships and empty flattery. He was simply a human being, seen and saved by a stranger's compassion. The next week, Sarah thought it was all behind her, a fleeting encounter. But James couldn't forget her. He tracked down the cafe again, hoping to see her. And one night, he did. She was there with Emma, splitting one small meal between them. That was the moment everything changed. He didn't reveal who he really was, not yet. He simply started showing up, offering friendship, sharing stories, helping Emma with homework at the cafe. Slowly, Sarah realized he wasn't another man out to take advantage of her kindness. He was genuine. One evening, as they walked home together, Emma skipped ahead while Sarah and James lingered behind. "Why me?" Sarah asked quietly. "Why spend time with someone like me?" James stopped, his voice heavy with truth. "Because when the whole world looked away, you were the one who stayed. You didn't see a man embarrassed, you saw a man who needed kindness. That night, you saved me." Sarah blinked back tears. It wasn't until weeks later, when James finally invited her to an event, that she realized the truth. Reporters swarmed him, flashing cameras, calling out, "Mr. Carter, the youngest CEO in the city." Sarah froze. The man she had walked out of a bad blind date was one of the most powerful men in the city. But James took her hand in front of everyone and whispered, "Don't look at them. Look at me. I've been lonely for years, Sarah. And you, without even knowing it, gave me the one thing money can't buy. A reason to feel alive again." From that night on, Sarah's life was never the same. Not because she suddenly had wealth or status, but because she had something far more precious, love built on kindness, respect, and truth. And James? For the first time in his life, he wasn't just a CEO, or a name on the cover of business magazines. He was a man who had finally found home in the heart of a woman who saw him when no one else did. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness, offering a hand, a smile, a moment of compassion, can change the entire course of someone's life. Because love doesn't begin with grand gestures. It begins with humanity.